What is going on, YouTube fitness family? The man that needs no introduction is here. I walked all the way from LA to here because I'm too poor to afford a flight, but I let Phil fly, and so I just walked here. Just got here. It took me like 7 days, but it was really good for getting lean for my show upcoming in 3.5 weeks. So Mike's gonna put me through a back workout today, which I'm super excited about. Probably my second favorite thing to train after legs. So obviously we're gonna have to be a little cognizant of, managing risk profile of our exercises being 3.5 weeks out. But I told him, feel free to put me in the fucking ground otherwise. So we just wanna, milk this thing as far as I can take it within reason. So he's got the workout planned. I'm at his behest. So Mike, ready to take this shit away?
That's why I like the Eagles. Or whatever. So these are just cambered. Do you ever use a cambered bar for rows?
I have used it one time with Tristan Lee. I do prefer deficit just because I like to be a little bit more
good news.
Big. I like
the huge, deficit exists. So what we can just do.
I like a huge stretch. Plus,
oh yeah.
I like to. It helps me really dig into that lower lat, especially in that stretch position.
Yeah.
And then I have to load it as heavy because then the bias isn't going more upright into the upper back.
It's just all benefits essentially. So give this a shot. Just warming up, set a 10 to 12. I want you to keep your lower back arched, so hip hinge style, tummy out, and you don't have to hold at the top. As a matter of fact, I would prefer you didn't. But if as you row, you come up just a tad, that's okay. Correct. Gently touch the tummy and then control eccentric, and you can come down lower as long as your back isn't rounding. Full deep stretch out front, and then back the same way.
How would you like the bar path? And what I mean by that
whatever feels natural.
Okay.
Bottom should be stretchy.
Of course.
The top should be roughly belly button. The rest should take care of itself, however you like to move. However many you want to do. A couple more probably, whatever you feel warmed up with. You seem to take your warm-ups really seriously.
Very.
Why?
For a multitude of reasons. Mostly because if I can be very acute in my form, in my warm-ups, I'm driving blood flow into the target tissue. So when I do start to modulate up weight, I feel like it's a lot safer because I have good stretch in that tissue, good blood flow. So I'm not just being like, all right, let me rip fucking 10 reps with the form that I don't intend to use with my heavier weight. Like, let me use the exact form for my warm-up for what I'm gonna do heavier so that I can get that neural drive. I can also get the tissue warmed up.
Yes.
And then also, just in terms of when I'm warming up, like, I wanna feel the weight in the way it's intended to be felt so that if I'm like, ooh, I really feel that stretch in the warm-up, and I can find that perfect bar path with a weight that's obviously very safe and not gonna injure me, then I can take those same cues and work them into my working sets.
Yeah, the warm-up's kind of a reintroduce yourself to lifting weights kind of thing. Because we've been doing this a long time, you know how to lift weights. But I'd say if you show up to the gym cold, your technique, precision, mind-muscle connection, specific bar path is gonna be like 95% as good as it could be. And that's an A, but we want A+. Yep. So that warm-up makes it 100% awesome mind-muscle connection, super technique, and the injury risk stuff is just not really up for debate.
Yeah, and I think also like you're priming your CNS, so like I think everybody can agree they'll usually feel a little better in their like third, fourth, fifth, sixth working set of a workout than they do in their very first. So like if you can start warming up the body appropriately, then you're gonna get into that kind of rhythm faster.
Yes. Even your first set can be really good. I'd say it's cool if your second set feels better, but if it's fourth, fifth, sixth, you fucking didn't warm up right.
Yes.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10. All right, I'll set a 6 here or something like that, 6 reps.
So is that a potentiation set at 6? Or is that how low the reps are gonna be for this exercise?
No, they're gonna be quite high. But once you're generally warm, and to me you look generally warm,
very warm.
You don't need a ton of reps in each set to get the potentiation effects going and to get all the other warm effects going. So I typically do 12, 8, 4, then begin work sets. With bent rows, especially how slow you're doing them on the eccentric, each rep, time under tension wise, counts for like 3 or 4. So 6 reps is like way more time under tension than even a 12 rep warm-up set would be, and that's a lot, you know? And so for warm-ups, I think there's a balance to strike between really getting the activation going and feeling good, but also not turning it into like a junior work set, because you want to save as much energy as possible for that real shift that's coming later.
All right, so we're just milking this one to the end of time here.
When your technique is no longer sufficient, I'll give you one warning, clean it up. When I give you 2 warnings, put it down. Good. Turn that bar down a little bit. There we go. Good. Way to control. Clean it up. Folks, 2 things real quick. Thing number 1, Eric weighs 260 pounds. He can do over a dozen what I would call very strict pull-ups with that body weight, which very few people can do. And with 2 plates, 225 pounds on a properly executed cambered bar row, and this one is the hinge version too, which is a little easier. He just got basically, 8 reps or something like that?
Like 9 or 10.
9 or 10 reps. That means that the exercise is very difficult, it is executed properly, and it's leveraged against you. The camber does not help you do the movement. It makes it more difficult. The deep stretch, the eccentric control, the huge bend make it tougher, and that means your muscles get a huge stimulus, but you don't have to lift hundreds and hundreds of pounds. It's awesome to bent row 405 or whatever bent row in quotations, but as far as how much fatigue and injury risk you get, there's not a huge upside versus Instagram videos. The second thing I gotta mention is you'll notice that as he's rowing, he's coming up substantially. Typically, we would consider that cheating, because typically it's done just to cheat, get more reps out. But here, it's on purpose, it's planned, because at the bottom he gets that deep stretch. But at the very top, if he was to not come up, stay bent over, the leverages here suck. The leverages here are pretty good. Almost everyone will stop many reps short just because they can't touch their tummy anymore. By letting him come up and leverage a bit, he can get a few extra reps. He's no longer as limited by that bottom stretch, and he gets the combination of awesome bottom stretch and more repetitions through a full range of motion. This is an advanced technique. You have to understand how to do it stably for months until you start moving at the hips. And it's at the hips, not at the spine, in any case.
You'd be like, oh, that's like pretty light for a guy Eric's size, but like, let's say like, I wanted to like grip and rip these.
I mean, all day.
Probably about 40 to 50 reps, I would assume.
Yeah, it would just get boring. You could do 315, you could do 365. And that's cool, it's totally cool to do. It's totally cool. Just think about it, is the stimulus worth the fatigue for me? If it is, rock on. If it's not, try some shit like this. You might like it. You might wake up the next day looking like Eric Janik in the face, not in the body. A good looking guy. Let's do more sets. Big chest, big tummy.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, come on.
One more good one.
Ooh. Take one more, take one more.
Yeah, let's do it. Good eccentric control. Control.
Get some carbolin after that one.
Yeah, for real. Also, there's a cold water dispenser with cups if you want.
Is it alkaline?
Yeah, it's pH balanced and it's all Hollywood and shit. It's the kind of water that if you drink it, you get to fuck like freewheeling, no bra wearing hippie bitches from Hollywood. LA, Y'all's my people. Check this out. I got Young Law on. Your boy's kicking it with that fashion. But I think Jason Statham had to deliver the shit because there's bullet holes in this motherfucker. I live in the Detroit metropolitan area. Maybe these bullet holes are part of the shit. That May used to see the mailman got a leg blown off. Anyway, Young Law's fucking dope. I don't even know where I was going with that. Cheers. Oh yeah, Hollywood bitches. Hollywood bitches. I would say what's up, but I'm married. And also a foot too short for you motherfuckers. Beautiful. Two more. Big chest. Slow, deep stretch. That's it. Slow, 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 and down.
So shameless plug here. If you guys want to meet Mike and I in person, we are doing a seminar the day before the Olympia. So if you want to come train and learn how to train like us, hang out, work out, get some great food, click the link in the description. Sign up because we'd love to see you guys there.
Cable flexion rows. I got a wacky setup because we need the extra range of motion. So you'll have your Versa grips on, so it'll be easy. So first thing is Versa grip yourself into that bar with a shoulder width. Ideally not super wide, kind of like here.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll see if I'm even heavy enough. Yeah, barely. Ploop down, foot in the dumbbell, get your positioning. And then what you're gonna do is take a full rounded back all the way down, deep stretch for a second, and then come up, arch your back, tummy out, and just gently touch your tummy.
I think this is a huge misconception that we can break through right now, that if you ever let yourself get to a point of spinal flexion and your turtle like almost reaching here, that it's technically incorrect. If you're doing it within the scope of like really good control and you're keeping that emphasis in the lats, in that stretch position, and then you're driving back, pulling the chest open, it's actually a really great way to continue to drive more stimulus in the lats with actually less weight, is what I found. Sure. You're getting so much more stretch.
Sure. And the dynamic movement for the lower back reduces the probability you'll ever get hurt in your lower back, which is fucking sweet. I'll take some of that. And in addition to that, it also trains the shit out of the spinal erectors, which get thick as fuck. And if you have big spinal erectors, you look different. So same idea, eccentric control is great. But on the concentric, I want you to be athletic and stick that tummy out, touch real quick, and then back down. Yep, no holding at the top. Gentle touch and then back down. You want to make this a work set because you're already in there?
Yeah, might as well fucking set
Fucking
it.
do it. Beautiful. Yes, way to get that control. Big round. And then huge arch, chest to the sky. Yes. Yes. Try not to lean back too much. Stay vertical when your chest is at the sky and your tummy's touching to vertical. Yes. Good. Now big stretch. Good. Big stretch. Oh, fuck yeah. This is the guy the exercise was invented for. Big stretch. Amazing. Keep it cranking. You got more. Good. Actively contract your mid-back on the way up to arch that spine. Arch. Yes. Huge stretch. Fuck yeah. All low back, all mid back, all lower lats. This is it. Good. Couple more reps. Go, go, go. Finish, finish. Slow, as if you're gonna do another. Rack.
So for me, personally, like, I feel like these accomplish something similar to the camber row personally, but for me, this is an S tier exercise, whereas the camber row, just because of the fatigue component, drops down to, for me, just personally, closer to B to C. Just because this, we're gonna be horizontally loading. It's so much less taxing on your lower back, but also I feel like I get so much better peak contraction with that vector, of course, coming from in front than having to worry about balancing.
Yes.
225, you know, pulling me down towards the floor.
And because of that dynamic motion in the mid-back, it actually fucks up your mid-back part of your erectors, which is kind of sweet because when you hit that lat spread, like that's the shit that fucking hangs out. People ask about how to get back thickness. I mean, look no further. And it's trippy too because people talk about back thickness, but they just keep talking about the lats all the time. Like, there's other shit on your back that makes it much more thick than your lats. So definitely something to give some thought to.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that I do differently than I know you do is that a lot of times I'll find that stretch, and instead of like almost exploding from that lengthened position, what I'll do is like, I'll be very acute in my concentric control. So once I found it, now I'm pulling through those spinal rectors, through those little lats, even through that like infraspinatus, all of those little connected muscles you're talking about. And for me, it allows me to even use even less weight with that crazy concentric control. When I drive or explode, per se, or I'm athletic, what I'm doing is I'm finding that really good stretch, but then I'm exploding to the point where the bar is almost becoming weightless from about here to about here, and then I'm almost having to re-catch it, so to speak, in the target muscle group to then find that eccentric. Whereas if I can be concentrically, not nearly as controlled as my eccentric, but if I can be here, I'm losing that weightlessness in the bar. So sometimes, like we've been even doing, I'll scale the tempo like we did on that set. So it's almost a mechanical drop set in the sense of I'm not changing the weight, but I'm slightly changing the form so I can continue to progress through more reps with good form, but I might not be doing the concentric control. Then I drop the concentric control, and then I do what you're saying, more explosive on the positive. And then what I sometimes do even at my last set is once I can't even do those, then with really good control still, I'll fire through a little bit of more. What you'd see is like for reps.
Sure.
Because that connection, mind muscle connection is so great at that point, and I have so much blood flow that the risk of injury is low. And I know I'm not ego lifting because I just did 15 reps with like crazy good
You're also
form.
too tired to get hurt because you can't produce that much force anymore.
So it's different than, let's say if I started with that form with twice as much weight from the very first rep.
Yeah. Another cool thing to try on that thing as a third option is like lengthen partials. Just do the bottom third or bottom half until you can't move anymore, and that really fucks you up. All right, whenever you're ready, get yourself strapped in. Set 3, last set here.
Sounded really good in theory.
Now it's hurting me. Let me know when you switch to the concentric fast ones.
Yeah. God, that pump is fucking insane.
My man.
Let's switch over to the explosive.
Yep, let's do it. Minimum minimum 6. 2. 3. 3 more. 4. 5. 'Amazing. A couple more. Last set here. Finish strong. One more. Touch that tummy convincingly. One last one. That's it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Touch the knees every time. Yes. Control the eccentric too. Yes. Yes, keep going. You wanted this pain. Damn. I see you got a pump. Look at you and your muscles. You look like a young Arnold. Oh, yeah, the separation between your bicep, tricep, and belt is pretty fucking sweet. That's, believe it or not, my last thing to come in. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, your fucking quads are like sliced right now.
Thank you so much.
Makes me feel pathetic.
You gotta pay for that. That's another website for that shit. We're gonna pick a weight for you that's tough for about 15 to 20 reps.
Okay.
And then we are gonna set. Say what?
And then we're gonna do 100.
We're gonna do 1,000. You're not too far off. We're gonna do 50.
Okay.
And you're gonna get as many breaks as you need to get 50 total. I'll count for you. I'll put it in the hypertrophy app. We'll get you to the end. It's typically called, it's either my rep set, but if the breaks tend to be longer than 5 to 10 seconds, people have called it a marathon set before. I erroneously call it a giant set because I think that's great. A giant set's supposed to be like when you use like 10 exercises in a row, but that's fucking stupid because it's a fucking superset. Who the hell made that shit up? Eric's gonna warm up really quick. We're gonna go through the technique really quick, and then it's 50 total reps, as many sets as it takes. This is a sweet thing to do if you have one of 2 concerns. One of 3, really. One is you wanna save some fucking time because you can pound a ton of reps in if you take like 20 to 30 second breaks, a couple more reps. Another one is intensifier because every rep, let me put this differently, every set after the first one, the vast fraction of those reps are starting to get really close to failure. So the number of effective reps, so to speak, goes up significantly. Put another way, the number of approaches to failure you have in 50 total reps is gonna be way higher than if you did like, 5 by 10 or something like that. Because a lot of those are lead-in reps and they're not the super hard ones. Another thing is, because each set, you don't really care how many reps you get as long as they all add up to 50, you can do the Eric Janicki shit and get really in that mind-muscle connection. Just focus on every rep being perfect. And even if you just have a camera on your phone, you can not count at all, just count afterwards, or you can count in your head. Many of us can count while still maintaining technical proficiency. And if you can't, no big deal, just count off your phone. But if you can, all you need to think about is, am I doing this right? Because if we have reps from last week that we have to match on pull-ups and stuff, it's a performance exercise, that makes sense. But sometimes in exercises which, like technique, mind-muscle connection really pays dividends, and lat pull-downs is one of them for many people, it's a really good idea. Every now and again, just give yourself a total rep goal, give yourself 20 to 30 seconds, break between sets, and just go, and every time it's 2 things, intensity and perfect technique. That way, it might take you 6 sets, it might take you 8 sets, but all the way through, you're getting the 50 total reps, which is the great equalizer for how much stimulus you get, and your quality is gonna be really high. And because it's a huge density, you're gonna get a fucking crazy pump, and as soon as you get that pump, what you're gonna do with it, I know exactly what you're gonna do. You're gonna come up to that one bitch you never talked to because you don't got no fucking balls, but now you don't need balls, you have lats. So you're like, fucking done here, oh, it's all fucking latted out. What up?
Can't wait to see where this is going.
Hey, what up, baby? Oh, see that shit?
Fuck, dude, that was like
bitches
instant.
can't resist. But a motherfucker with big lats, they go for one thing and it's not your lats. Stay in school, kid. Yeah, super scoot in, very good. Try to get your feet up a little bit so you really get that cinch with your hips. Yes. So now you can't possibly go anywhere. Good. As long as that bar touches your chest, we count the rep. There we go. Yep, looking for that pump. Beautiful. 4 more at least. Control it. 2 more.
Lost my left grip.
Good.
I got it. I got 2 more. Just lost my left grip.
Cobra grips, huh?
I know, right? Fucking forearms.
Just kidding.
I know, right?
This will be a thing. Forearms will be a thing.
I think
That was
I got-
18.
I believe so, yeah. 7
Super.
on top.
22 left. Take a break. When you're ready to go again, we'll go again. Begin there. There you go. Yep, keep going. One more. That's it. There goes that grip. 13, let's do 2 sets to finish this off. Let's get at least 7 here. 28. 29. 30. 31. 32. At least 1 more. 33 and then slow. That's it. 36. 37. 38. 39. Rest. Yeah. All right, catch that grip and hit it now. One last good one. Yes. Extra slow. And a 2-second hang. Fuck yeah.
All right, so that was an amazing workout. I had no doubt in my mind that it would be. Definitely taxing 3.5 weeks out. Tried to give it everything with keeping in mind that really good mind-muscle connection, focusing more on taking things to failure within the target muscle group instead of just like failing just to fail. So Mike is literally somebody I respect more than just about anybody, probably anybody in the fitness space. And obviously, if you're not following him, which I'm sure you are if you're watching my channel, go and check out the RP page, check out the RP hypertrophy app, which he actually used to program this workout. If you are struggling to program a workout effectively or how to deload, reload, how to structure a plan that's actually gonna work for you. The RP app is such a good option because a lot of people go into the gym and just like shoot the shit or do the exercises they like. Mike actually just did a video about not doing the exercises that you just like because, you know, obviously it's gonna be that law of diminishing returns. So go check him out, go check out the RP app. Literally one of my favorite humans, funny as fuck. So thank you again, dude. I really appreciate the time. It was so fun to fly out here, and this is gonna be the first of a few videos on this channel with this trip. So very excited for the next ones. We'll see you guys next time.